Hey, it's Donna Rudowitz, and I am a licensed clinical social worker and rapid transformational relationship coach. And today I have a very exciting the hand that you've been given in life that wasn't what you signed up for, and transmuting that energy into the life that you get to create. This is the time to reclaim your brilliance, to reignite your soul. And today we get to talk about victory. You have one option. As a divorcing gracefully and beyond sister, an option. Most people will hold a passive outlook on life. And that's where if things go their way or don't go their way, they're neither here nor there. And for some things that works. But for divorcing gracefully and beyond sister, and for creating and manifesting our life, and for attracting our soulmate who we'd like to bring in our life, the one thing that we need to unapologetically stand for is our dreams and tolerate nothing less than victory. The first thing that we need to look at is our core belief system. And that's that internal dialogue that has that small, still, quiet voice that is holding conversations with you. So, for instance, you have a dream of bringing in a soulmate into your life. And now you voice that dream or you think that dream. And now the internal dialogue will come up of what you really feel is possible for you. Right? Without our core belief system being grounded in success, it's going to be difficult for us to manifest, because even though 5% of our brain is conscious and is thinking about what we want, the 95% of our brain that is running on the subconscious level, that's what's really bringing in the manifestations in our life. And it's the feeling, not necessarily the words, that are going to bring in your dreams. The core belief system that we hold here at Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond, and this is our reprogramming of our internal dialogue that we have with ourselves, is that everything happens for our highest good, even in the suck. And the suck is when things aren't going our way. The suck is when our heart has been hurt. The suck is when we get frustrated or we feel defeated. And I like to say it's okay to feel, it's not okay to suffer. What I know inherently is that your angels surround you and are lifting you up to your possibility. Your journey has only just yet begun. But if you're operating in emotion, in a lower vibrational frequency of emotion, of frustration, of anger, of sadness, of lack, your angels and your divine support guidance system aren't going to be able to lower their vibrational frequency enough to come and help you. Our job is to increase our vibrational frequency enough to the point where we are operating at the highest level that we can. We're operating in the internal dialogue and core belief system that everything happens for us. We are always grounded in love. We may feel abandoned, we may feel sad, but that is not our identity and our belief system. Our belief system is we are whole. Our belief system is we are love and we have the ability to love. Our belief system is that we get to experience this thing called life. And instead of it being a challenge, it's an opportunity. It's a wonderful array to experience, to test things out, to see what works and what doesn't work. It's the game. But it doesn't have to be a game that's hard or that's difficult or that's throwing you down. It could be a game that is easy, that is flowing, that is fun. And when you understand and really undergird yourself in that core belief system, these are the things that are really important to you, right? The beliefs that are really important to you. And we begin to rewrite the stories that we've told ourselves in the past. And when we're in the suck or when we're faced with an obstacle or a challenge, when you hold a high level of a core belief system, instead of it being a setback, you transmute it into a set up. And it's an opportunity for you to ask yourself, what muscle am I being called to use? How is this opportunity the best thing for my life and my relationship right now? By asking yourself those questions, you are going to create a core belief system in yourself that is going to train your brain from going from looking at what's wrong and moving towards looking at what's right, looking at where you have power, looking at where you have strength, and no longer bleeding out your energy of your happiness and your joy into someone else. You are now filling yourself with joy. You're filling yourself with energy. You're filling yourself with grace. The second thing that we want to look at, an opportunity to really step into the victory of our life and the victory of our future, is just to take a moment to go back to the time or that moment where you were hurt. And it could be something that happened recently, it could be something that happened years in the past. But it's taking that opportunity and that moment to go back to the time you were hurt. And then stepping back to observe, to recognize the beautiful in the arena, understanding that what was meant to happen was happening for your highest good. It's an opportunity to recognize and become aware that your soul got back up to live another day, that you still have fight left in you. And your challenge is an opportunity for bravery. And when you identify it, and when you find the gift, it's your opportunity to give thanks. It's your opportunity to say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I experienced X, Y, and Z, because here is the gift, here's what I learned. And I now understand that what looked like a disaster was now a perfectly orchestrated symphony into bringing me to where I am today. There's a tool that I love to use. It's called the Ho'oponopono prayer. It's an ancient Hawaiian practice that we use for reconciliation and forgiveness. And it says something like this: I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And what the Ho'oponopono prayer is saying is you're not letting someone who hurt you get away with murder. Right? What you're saying is, I no longer am going to allow that person's energy, that person's toxicity to flow into my life and plague my future. Because if we don't cut those energetic ties from the people who have hurt us, the people who have abandoned us, the people who have stolen from us, right? Our heart, then we are still tied to their energy. And by proxy, it's dragging us down. So by stepping back and taking your power back, claiming your victory, claiming your greatness, understanding and recognizing that, yeah, this may not have been the life you signed up for, but everything is working out for your good. That it's time to reignite your soul. It's time to step into your greatness. It's time to step into your worthiness. It's time to step into your confidence. All of these things are available to you. They just may have been hidden from you from the pain that you've been experiencing. In order to step into our victory, the third step into stepping into our victory is to look at who you are. This reminds me of the movie The Lion King with Simba, where Simba dad had said, remember who you are. And while the outside world may have scarred you, while the outside world may have hurt you, while people may have disappointed you, while your heart may have sunk in areas where you feel, I don't know what's possible for me, or here's what I want, but I really don't know if that this is something that I can do or that I can achieve. This is your time to just step back and to really look at you. You, my friend, are the champion in the arena. This is your opportunity to fall in love with the person who endured the pain, and that is you. It's okay to feel, it's not okay to suffer. And this is your opportunity to begin to allow yourself to get congruent with your beliefs and your identity. Because if your identity and your belief systems are not congruent, you're going to struggle far beyond that which you deserve. Stepping into victory means stepping into your superhero identity. Your beliefs must support your new identity. Do you know the number one thing that stops a sailor? Think about this for a moment. What do you think the number one thing that stops a sailor is? It's the wind, right? If there's no wind under her sails, she's not going anywhere. It's going to be the same for you. Your spirit, if there's no wind and there's no life and there's no hope in your spirit, there will be no wind for your sails to project you forward. It's time to begin to look out of your front view mirror versus your rear view mirror. And it's also time to claim your victory as if you already have it. As women, we want to make sure that everybody is winning, that everybody is happy, that people like us, that we're caring for people, that we're nurturing for people. And somewhere along the line, our society has programmed us to believe that if we win, it means someone else is losing. And that is not the case. When you win, everybody wins, right? When you take a stand for your life, you claim your victory, you win, which means your family wins, which means your relationships win, which means your soulmate who's waiting for your vibrational frequency to get to the level where he could see you, feel you, and hear you. He wants you to come to that level because his vibrational frequency is at that level. When you meet, you win. And there's no reason not to be living your best life now. And it doesn't mean that everything, magically becomes perfect for you and everything magically falls in line. This is you living your best life, even in the suck. That nothing is going to steal your vision and your identity and your outlook for what's possible for you. Not a parent, not a friend, not an ex, not a child. I can't tell you how many times that I have shared something with my children, and please, I love them dearly, but they have said, that's not possible. Or I shared something with a friend, that's not possible. Or I went to a pastor even, and there was a little dissonance there of what was possible. If you have that vision and you have that dream in your heart, you've got to guard that with all of your heart and protect it, because that's your message from the divine guiding you on what's possible for you. And even though other people may not believe it or see it, there's two things I'm going to share with you, and that's the power twins, and that's faith and patience. And that's you standing in the faith of what is possible for you, and then having the patience to allow it to manifest. And no matter what anybody else says, you've got to hold on to your sails. You've got to be the sailor that's directing the wind, and the wind comes from within. It is not because someone else is saying that you're doing a good job or validating you. It's coming from yourself. You are self-validating. You are self-partnering. And self-partnering means that you're having an amazing life while you're waiting for your soulmate to appear. It's not if he comes, it's when he comes. And that soul partnering is you're having an amazing life, even if your soulmate isn't something that you're desiring right now, but you have healed your soul fracture, you're self-partnering with yourself in such a beautiful way where you have immensely fallen in love with yourself that you could truly enjoy and be peaceful every single day in spite of the suck that's showing up around you, because that's all that it is, guys. It's just a challenge. A problem is just a problem. That's it. Where we get ourselves into trouble is the meaning that we attach to the problem and the stories that we make the problem mean. And it's this whole big drama cycle that goes on in our mind. A problem is just a problem. That's it. When you apply your skills to solve the problem, because you have the skills to solve the problem, and if you don't, you have the skills to ask how to find the answer. You are the champion in the arena. That when you hold that identity that I am the champion in the arena, in the past, I used to secretly really hope that someone or something would come in and and save me and create this magical life that I wouldn't have to go through the pain and the hurt, and that I could just be the partner, be the feminine energy of that. And there is some truth into the feminine energy of an intimate relationship, which is so beautiful. But what I realized is God said, you are the champion. You've got to put yourself in the ring. You've got to fight for what you want. You've got to claim your stake and not be embarrassed for claiming it. Whether or not it pans out the way that you thought, you're in the ring. You have fight left. But you've got to be the person who's going to stand for it, who's going to fight for it, and who's going to win, because no one is going to do it for you. And it's stepping into your identity and your belief system and stepping into the congruency of what is possible for you. This is prosperity thinking at its best. You are the manifestation of a divine, radiant substance, which has been manifested in such beautiful ways. And by you playing small in the world or staying attached to your obstacle, it doesn't make you right or wrong, bad or good. It just limits your ability to step into the greatness that has been deposited in you. And if you're on this earth, that means that your greatness is meant to be shared with others, and you are the model for other people. You own and are living in a female body that was by choice, right? By choice, by God's choice in this female body as a creator. That's what we do as females. We are born to multiply. We could take anything and multiply it. We could take sperm and create a baby. We could take leftovers from the day before and create a magnificent meal. We could take a tear and turn it into a smile. This is the beauty of who you are. And never forget your divine feminine radiance. You are prosperity. And just because you don't feel prosperous doesn't mean you aren't prosperous. Someone or something along the way has got you thinking what is not possible for you. And it's time to give that problem back to the other person. It's time to give that thinking back to the other person. It does not belong to you. What belongs to you is what is possible for you. What belongs to you is the miracles and synchronicities that you experience every single day as God's way of remaining anonymous and helping you along your path of life. Why are you so rich? Because He is. God is, universe is. You are wealthy beyond measure. You may feel as if you are in poverty. You may feel as if you are in lack, but again, that's just a feeling. It is not your identity. It is not your truth. But you've got to put in the effort. You've got to claim the stake. You've got to decide and stand for victory for your life. It is the will of the divine energy and love and universe and source and field for each and every one of us to be wealthy beyond measure in spirit, in health, in wealth, in relationships, and in love. And the consciousness of your abundance must come before the manifestation. If you are blocked, it's okay. but don't make it mean a story, or don't make it mean that you're a failure, or don't make it mean that it's not possible for you, or don't make it mean that there's no hope. Just acknowledge it, just like a problem. Okay, I'm blocked. What is it that I can do in order to move myself through these blocks? That's the reason why I created the Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond program, is to coach you through your blocks, because we can't do it alone. We need a coach. We need a community. We need the collective energy in order for us to propel forward, right? A rising tide lifts all ships. We are meant to commune together. And as a group, as a community, we are one. When one person experiences growth and wealth, so does another. So if you're in this area of life alone and you're struggling and you feel like a fish out of water, come talk to me. If my message resonates with you, come talk to me. It's time to begin to radiate the creative mind energy that is just, it's flowing through you. It's time to tone and shape your dominant belief system to guide you to your goals and not to tie you to your past. You have all sufficiency to meet every single need that you desire. It's time to turn within and watch the inner and the outer go to work. It's time to turn within and to see the manifestations that are possible for you. This is the opportunity for you to step into your birthright and to demonstrate the power that you have. And it doesn't have to come by force. It doesn't have to come by you, because you're winning, that someone else is losing. It doesn't have to come by you're going to be abandoning people. Absolutely not. It comes from a decision, a decisiveness moment where you decide, I am winning. My victory is here. I am having an amazing life this year. I am attracting my soulmate. I am bringing in health, wealth, and abundance to all areas of my life. And while I may not know how to do that exactly just yet, I'm going to pull in my power twins of faith and patience, and I'm going to call in the people, places, and things that are going to help me learn it. I'm going to shift into allowing and receiving. And I'm going to have the patience for it to show up in the way that it needs to show up and the timing that it needs to show up. So guys, with that said, that brings me to the close of today's conversation. And I leave you with the claiming of your victory, of your amazing life, reclaiming your brilliance, and attracting your true love that lasts. So with that said, signing off for today. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.